Well, here we are, a lovely Monday afternoon again. We're talking to Barry and he's going to tell us about something we've got on the board here today. What is it?
That was a Super Rules back in 82, was it 82 or 83?
Early 80s.
Early 80s. The Victoria Super Rules side went over to Canberra to play the best of Canberra Super Rules side, and
yep.
Big event. We left the weekend trip. We won the game by 3 points, and who did got third best player? Mr. Barry Pitney.
Really? Now I've heard this name before, Dick Clay.
Dick Clay is a good. I got to know him pretty well over at Carnival. He was one of the stars in the Richmond side of 67, 69 and 73. On the wing with Burke, Barrett and Clay. He was playing that day and didn't play too well, but I was on Sidney Jackson. Fellow used to play for Carlton. Anybody over 55 will know Sid Jackson.
Indigenous
very clever,
player.
smart footballer.
Yep.
Who do you think fixed him up? I fixed him up.
Fixed him right up. Whereabouts was this?
Canberra, and the big Manuka Road. Was the biggest ground I've ever seen in my life.
I mean, oh yeah, I've heard that one. Yeah.
We were playing a curtain raiser to Cowboy Neal's side. He was coaching over there in the grand. We were playing a curtain raiser for the grand final.
Okay.
Big crowd.
How did you get involved with it?
Well, I played in the Super Rules 2 or 3 years. Actually, I'll get that trophy. I'll show my viewers there.
Well, okay, there's a trophy there.
Yeah.
And what does it say? It says you're the drop kick of the
Be careful what you
of
say.
of the tournament.
They had a drop kick competition at half time, would you believe? And there's about 10 fellas, and they come in the room. I said, "Who's going to?" I went out there, and anyway, cut a long story short, I won it. And here it is. Super Rules drop kick at Canberra, won by Barry Pitney, 71 yards.
That's a fair.
So how about
that's about
that?
66 metres.
That's a fair sort of kick, that kind. Of course, I finished up staying the night. I met someone over there, a nice acquaintance over there. Crackers and I was we cancelled.
Crackers who?
Crackers Keenan. And when they call him Crackers, Colin, he is Crackers. We were at the casino, and we had a good night, and we come back on the plane the next day. And he is a fanatic lunatic. Funny man, but
Offers none.
But it was a good weekend. We won by 3 points.
Well, very good.
Our buzzer boy got third best to play, third best in the ground.
Here we go. Just going to talk to Barry about something very interesting, one of his career choices in his life, and we know that he's had a few different jobs, a busker, entertainer,
A lot of variety of jobs, Colin, yeah.
A Marcel Marceau impersonator, just to name a few.
Where'd you get that from?
But have you ever worked on the docks, Barry?
Matter of fact, I have, Colin, one day. Many years ago,
Just one day?
One day I was filling in for a friend of mine who lived around the corner from my place. There was his mother used to run the SB, and he worked on the docks, and he come in and he said, "Barry, do us a favour." I said, "Well, I think I might have been nearly 18. And I was working for the bookmaker, then the SB bookmaker myself, and he said, "Look, I can't get to work on the docks, so I want you to go there and just mention the number 1837, can't forget that number, 1837, so I went to the docks, and so I was, and they read that number. He told me all about it. When you get there, they read the numbers out, and you just step out and you go down to the loading bay. So
off you go. So that was okay to do that?
But it was against the law.
That wasn't okay?
No, it wasn't. If I would have I didn't realise till later, but if I would have got caught, I could have been 3 months in the neck because I was impersonating someone else.
Right, safety reasons.
Like he was 6'1", I was 5'3" or something.
Okay.
But I worked on the docks, and there was, at the time, there's a fellow called Jack Twist who was running the north part of the wharf, and Freddie Harrison was running the other half of the wharf, and that 2 days later after I was working, I actually knew Jack Twist because he used to be our bodyguard for my SB bookmaker. Freddie Harrison got his head blown off down the wharf.
What? No
2 days after, because no one's seen it. There's about 50 people there, but no one's seen it.
So they had a couple of colourful characters.
Jack Twist was the fellow who blew his head off.
Would you say he was a gangster?
He was a good fella, but he was a standover man. Yeah, he was. I met him a few times when he used to come down and look after our bookmaker.
The old Squizzy Taylor stuff.
Well, Squidgy Taylor was a bit of a larrikin, but Jack Twist is a very well addressed and he's a very well spoken man. But he'd get on the wrong side of him, you'd get in big trouble. But he actually shook my hand when I had that day at work on the docks.
Right. Did you have any other difficulties there? Any other problems?
Well, there's a few fellas sort of making smart remarks, because I was a little fella, 18 years, and
Yeah.
and then so I didn't say much, but there's a couple of fellas who were stuck off me, but I was only there for about 4 hours and went home, and that was my experience at the docks. I didn't want to ever do it again, Colin.
That was your career at the
Low light.
the low light of your
Yeah.
career. Made you want to pursue football even more.
Yes, I did, as a matter of fact, but it was a very interesting sort of 4 hours.
Okay, very good. I have been noticing it's been raining a little bit just recently on Saturday. I think it just rained all day.
It just poured down, not last night and the night before. It was just persisting. It was just like a blanket. And we went over the ground yesterday and took my lovely daughter and my 2 grandsons over the ground yesterday, and the ground was half flooded. Right around the screen there, and right around the other
I
side.
thought there was ducks there.
There was ducks and there was everything. There was geese and there was couple of crocodiles
I
there
thought
too,
I
I think.
saw a submarine, a German submarine servicing.
there's a couple of crocodiles over there, little miniature crocodiles. They were floating around.
Did that affect the rooms at all, Barry?
Now the rooms are coming on very good. I'll tell you what, they're starting to put the concrete slabs around the rooms, so I think all the exterior stuff's done. Just the interior now, I think it's, what's this, November the 27th, I think. I reckon could be early January, I reckon, when I get all the facilities in the rooms are getting, it's going to be monstrous.
What happens is January, everything shuts down, so it may
Yeah.
take a little bit longer. But it'd be definitely for the football season.
Oh, no, and the ground too, and I must mention about Colin. I was talking to him yesterday. Colin,
Not me.
the other Colin, he's a curator over there. He prepares the cricket wickets and the football, and he's got all these special grass. Remember I was telling you about those sandy patches over there last couple of weeks ago? They're all been filled in with imitation grass, which will grow.
It's moved over.
And it's going to be, and the ground is fantastic. It's in fantastic condition. But as long as that water, I hope those pipes are not blocked again over on the other side. But the ground will be in immaculate condition, and so will the rooms. We'll have the best facilities, the best ground in the competition, Colin.
Sounds good.
And we might have the best side too.
Very good. Excellent. What we're going to do now is just there's a test match coming up on Thursday, Australia versus New Zealand. Just firstly, who do you think is going to win?
I think Australia, if it doesn't make New Zealand first up, there's going to be a few problems. I'll tell you, I must mention before we go, but there's something to say about John Inverarity being appointed to manager, mate. I mean, what is going on? He's 68 or something. And what about Alan
too old?
Of course it's too old. I mean, they just got rid of Greg Chatler. I reckon he was too old, but at least Greg Chatler was a champion. John Verarity was just an ordinary Test cricketer, Colin. I couldn't believe they appointed him in charge.
Okay, we'll see.
Anyway,
Barry's a little bit age discriminant, but anyway.
I don't think
he's ageist.
He doesn't look as though he's got
You're
authority.
an ageist.
No. Ageist, no.
An
He doesn't
ageist.
look as though he's got authority, John Verarity.
Well, let's rank these players, and it's out of 10, 10 being, the highest and 1 being the lowest. Firstly, Michael Clarke.
Michael Clarke, I rank him at probably about 7.5.
Okay. What about Brad Haddon?
About 5, 4. Lucky to be in the side.
Okay.
Matthew Waite should be in there.
Okay, you don't like him? No good.
He's run his race, hasn't he? He's been in school for about 6 months.
Michael Hussey?
He'll be alright, about 7.
You like him? 7?
Yeah.
Yep. Usman Khawaja.
I reckon he's going to be the future number 3, number 4. He'll be about number 8. Rate number 8.
Do you rate him? What do you rate him now, though?
8.
8.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Nathan Lyon.
About 6. Going to be alright.
Spinner, right arm off break. What about James Pattinson?
About the same. He could be alright.
But you rate him 8 now.
Yeah, I reckon the Karate.
But he's done nothing.
No,
you
6,
rate him 8.
6.
6.
6,
Okay.
not 8.
Okay, Philip Hughes.
About 7. He's
You
going
rate
to
him
be a star.
7 now. I don't rate him at all.
I do.
Ben Cutting, you don't. He's from Queensland. He may make the team.
Well, you can't rate him when they haven't played a test, but
Okay.
I think I haven't actually seen him, but I wish him all the best.
Ricky Ponting.
Now-
Now, what do you rate him now?
About 6.5, 7,
What would you rate him 3 years ago?
9, 10.
So he's dropped.
Oh,
Peter Siddle.
about 7. Good,
7.
honest.
What you see is what you get.
I think he can bat too, Peter Siddle too sometimes.
What about David Warner? He hasn't played a
Well, I
test
can't
yet,
rate him much now, but I do think he's going to be the next Gilchrist of the test cricket game now.
Wow.
Gilchrist was a one day in test cricket, but I reckon he's going to be the
future.
future basher.
Okay, just a couple of New Zealand players. Let's see how you rate them. What about Ross Taylor, captain of New Zealand?
Damaging batsman, that fellow. Batsman. He's a very. Get him out early, but if he gets settled in, he can smash around. Same with the other fellow.
Out of 10?
Oh, I probably rank him about 7 or 8.
Okay. Brendan McCullum.
Well, when was the last time he played in Australia? 4 years ago?
Something like a test, yeah.
Well, you know a bit more about his scores a lot, because you're a keen
he's a bit hot and cold, but when he's on, he's
I'd
on.
say about 7.
And finally, let's Daniel Vittori.
I reckon I'd rate him about 9. Star.
Oh, really? Star player. Batting and bowling.
He's kept... he's a bit like Martin Crowe was 20 years ago. He's kept them in...
Richard Hadley.
Richard Hadley, yes.
What do you reckon? He's better, Richard Hadley, Daniel Vittori.
Oh, Richard Hadley.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. But he's not that far behind.
I think by the end of his career, maybe Daniel Vittori. He's still only 32.
He's very good.
Still got a few years left.
About 5 years. He's a very underrated player, Daniel Vittori. He can bat and he can bowl, and he's been a good captain. But he stood down in last year, didn't he?
Yeah. All right. Well, we look forward to the test.
Yes, I'll be having a bit of a look at it, Captain Crooked, and hoping. I don't know what the forecast is up in Brisbane for this next few days, because
hot and steamy.
It seems to always rain up there in the first test, isn't it?
Exactly.
No, it should be good. I'll be having a bit of a look and check them out and
So here we go.
see how it eventuates. Yeah.
Very good. Well, that's goodbye from me.
And it's goodbye from me, and we'll see you next time.